It's really dark. We're gonna have to go with this. So what is it when we go get our eyes checked and we've got perfect vision? Do you know what numbers those are? I'm sure you do. It's 20/20 vision, isn't it? And that happens to be the decade, the year that we go into just now. And I don't know about you, but this is what I want it to be about, more so than ever before. It already is about this for me, but I would love for as many of you possible to join me in this, to make this year, this decade, truly about our children, truly about seeing them through, encouraging them through what they are, not who we want them to be. It's so important that we support them, that we love them, that we encourage, that we guide them through, because they don't always know. They might know what they love, but you know, we've all got bumps along the road, so that's where our guidance comes in. A couple of stories. I was at a shopping centre just yesterday, being the 30th of December 2019, and was buying some shampoo from a lovely young lady at a kiosk, or not a shop in the mall, but like a kiosky sort of thing. And she looked bored out of her skull. She seemed like quite a zombie. Anyhow, I somehow just out of the blue asked her if she meditated. It's not normally a question I ask people, especially random people, because it could be quite a turn off. Anyways, I asked her, and she said no, she doesn't, but her brother does. Her brother is a Buddhist monk here in Slovakia, which I thought was quite interesting. And I asked her if she's tried it before, and she said no. I said, it'd be really such a good thing, especially when you're working here. And she said, well, this is my last day. And I said, interesting, what's next? And she said, well, I have to finish, I'm graduating high school. She looked a little bit older than high school, but anyhow. And I said, and then what? And she said, well, I'll be studying advertising and marketing and all that stuff. And I said, okay, and then what? And she said, well, then I'm going to be a hairstylist. And which was beautiful for me. I kind of jumped out of my skin. And hang on, let's turn around so you can see this view, perhaps. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I kind of jump out of my skin because, you know, she wants to be a hairstylist. In other words, for me, all I hear is artist. And I said, well, why are you studying marketing then? And she said, oh, because my mum wants me to. And the words that followed out of my mouth were, well, listen, how about listen to your own heart, don't listen to your mum. And she put her hand on her heart and she said, thank you. And, you know, we blew kisses at each other as I walked away. So that story really struck me. I smiled as I was walking through the busy shopping center, kind of like an idiot, maybe, as other people were kind of stressing about, or not, doesn't matter. Anyways, the other story is about a young man who I came across in a school within the past couple months. And immediately I noticed something in him that I've noticed in other students that really just struck me, and I just had this knowing about him that he's okay. No matter what, he's always okay. I mean, all children are, but something about him really struck out. Anyways, on the first day, I asked him when his birthday was, and just because I do that sometimes, and I like numbers, and anyhow, so he told me something which resonated with me, which made me ever more happy for him, if I may say. And whether he did the work or not wasn't such a big deal. All I needed to do was have him be open to communication, which he was beautifully. Second day, third day roll along, he's like, roll along, and he says, how do you know? How do you know me? And I haven't said that much to him. I just know him. First time I'm ever meeting him. And I said, I just do. And I think it was the Wednesday, so it's a 5-day gig, and by the Wednesday he says, my mom really wants to meet you, she's really into numbers as well. And I say, okay, no problem, bring your mom along. And by Friday, after a presentation, I'm one of the last people to leave with the children, and there he is with his mom. And I go out, and she comes up to me and she shakes my hand, and she doesn't let go, not for a while. And she says to me, he's never been this excited to come to school. And she's thanking me profusely. And it was just because I saw the greatness in him. He didn't do much. He often, like, I couldn't ask him questions. I knew not to, because he wasn't going to answer. He wasn't really paying attention. But he sees the grand scheme of things. Even if he doesn't, I know he does. It's his energy. It's always his energy. I just knew it. I just knew him. You just see it in his eyes, know it in his heart. Anyways, we walked away, and this kid was smiling from ear to ear, that someone paid attention to him. Someone got him. So dear parents, pay attention to your children, please, and see them for not what they do, but see them for what they are, and they are all dear stars, as much as yourself, you who listen to this, everyone who's listening to this. Okay, enough from me. It's nearly that time. Well, we've got a few hours still to approach the decade of perfect vision. So let's do that, okay? Let's just be clear, and let's walk forward, arm in arm, heart in heart, being the change we wish to see in the world, which is so very much about not our young people, but about us and the way we see things. Remember that when you change the world inside of you, the outer world will reflect what you are. So, God bless you, dear star. You are perfect. Lots of love. Bye.